Good afternoon, 38th Parallel. This is Kickers Are Bullshit, Coaches Preview Show, Week 2. I'm here previewing my week against Sasha Oxford's Flying Hawaiian, the 4th team. Just a little preview on how she got her name. Sasha's a Steelers fan, hence Flying Hawaiian, and the 4th is because the team name, Flying Hawaiian, got to the finals 4 years in a row. And 4 years in a row, she got second place. And just like those Bills, the league has passed her by, and her time to dominate in this league is over. I'm projected to win by almost 25 points, and I don't see how it's not going to be a blowout. So I'm not going to get too much into the minutia of this week's breakdown, but the players I really like Forte. Arizona's a good defense, but I guarantee that the head coach and offensive coordinator there in Chicago aren't going to have Jay Cutler throw the ball around, which means Forte's going to get a lot of touches. AP can't have a week as bad as he had last week. He'll bounce back. That offensive coordinating system will find a way to get him involved. And Carolina's defense showed up really big last week. It could be a return of what they did in 2013. And Houston is just a mess going with Ryan Mallett at quarterback. So I really see a lot of points out of those three. And Martellus Bennett and Tony Romo, again, are going to put up solid numbers. So I really like myself to maybe shoot a little bit under my projected, maybe a 110. But certainly in the three figures, definitely into the 100s. Something I just don't see Sasha's team doing. She seems to be riding the Mariota train. That's not gonna. He isn't gonna duplicate that twice. Her receivers are boom or bust. None of them blow me off the page. And Spiller is in a system where you have no idea how many touches he's gonna get. And Seattle's defense, you saw what Nick Foles and St. Louis was able to do. I can't imagine what Green Bay is going to be able to do to Seattle's vaunted defense. So I see a Sasha undershooting her projected to low 90s, maybe high 80s. Ultimately, this matchup isn't going to be close. So I'm going to leave that there, short and sweet. I really want to get into the matchup, my marquee matchup of the week, one I'm really excited about, and that's Dustin's Hoosier for Life against Andrew's Primo team. This is the closest matchup projected, and they're both 1-0, and I really like the outline of both of their teams. Both of them on their bench, they have a lot of big name players out. Dustin has Des Bryant, Andy has Le'Veon Bell and Arian Foster. So getting a loss is going to be huge for the competitive players for one of these teams, because they're both sitting at 1-0, and one of these two very good teams could be 2-0 at the end of this week. And I really like Andy's team just because it's a little more balanced. Roethlisberger, Tate, and James Jones are going to put up points. His running backs are just a little bit more consistent, though they have the lower ceiling, but the higher basement, if that makes sense. Dustin's Justin Forsett and Melvin Gordon, boom or bust players. Justin Forsett, I don't see hitting his 17 points as projected, but I think this is going to be a really, really close match. And both these teams are going to get better. Both of these two teams are going to be teams to be reckoned with, even though I wouldn't put Andrew or Dustin's knowledge of the NFL pretty high. They put together two really good fantasy teams. And I really like this one. I think can come down within 5 points. But like I said, I do think Andy's team is going to pull the upset. Right now, it's only a 47% underdog. But upset is an upset. That's who I like. I like myself big over Sasha. I like Andy small over Dustin in an upset. Overall, a very competitive week 1 across the whole league. Not as far as matchups, but just as far as the top of the league all scored really high. So I'll be excited to see how those teams perform in week 2. Hope you all check this out. Hope I would anticipate any feedback. I haven't heard any, and I would even challenge a video response from Andy, Dustin, or Sasha. Would love to see you guys come at me, and it could be a little fun wrench in this system. But until Tuesday, when I get my recap show of hopefully me evening myself out to 1-1, and again predicting some really good decisions on both sides. All right, later 38th parallel. I'm about to go play some kickball. Playoffs tonight, pretty hyped up. My mind wasn't 100% on this coach's show, but I hope it was up to your guys' standards. Kimbo, again, eliminated those uhs and ums. Wasn't perfect, but there we go. Fuck off. See ya.